Right, for some unknown reason, and I don't know whether it's a glitch in the system, but I just cannot get this to operate how I want it to operate. So I'm going to have to do it this way, and I'm going to have to do it a long-winded way just to see, and just to get this part completed. So I'm going to click, again, basic wall that I'm going to pick on. I'm going to leave that as it is with base constraint at ground level 8000 and up to ground level. I'm going to leave that as it is for now, and I'm going to pick on the line. And again, I'm just going to pick on this wall here. That will come up again. Now, I don't want to do too many at once, because I tried it before and it failed. So again, if I pick that particular wall again, so now again, ground level, no problems with. Minus 8000 wants to be 0, and then I want that up to level 1 and apply. And if you notice, it does it there. That's fine. That's what I want. Yeah. So we'll go back into ground level. This is not how you're supposed to do it in any way, shape or form, but I just can't get it to operate it as I want it to. So again, I'm going to go into wall, basic wall, make sure everything's finished, face exterior, everything is as it should be, chain. Pick the line again, and I'm going to pick this wall. I'll get that again, close that off, and go into my 3D view and pick that particular wall, and I'm going to have to alter it by the look of it every single time. So again, my minus 8000 wants to be 0. My top constraint wants to be up to level 1, and I click apply, and that's fine again. So I go to the ground level again from there. Again, what I'm going to do again is wall, and make sure I pick the wall, architectural wall, and structural. Make sure I pick that. It remembers everything, which is a fortunate thing, I suppose. Then I want to pick this wall, this outside wall again. Again, come out of there. I don't think that's not right again. So I'm going to delete that wall off. And I'm going to try and just undo that, and then again that wall there. So again, I'm in ground level. I'm going to pick on wall and structural. Finish face exterior, that particular one there. And I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to try and make sure that I pick that particular wall again. Again, I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to go into a 3D view, and I'm going to pick that particular wall, pick it, and I'm going to alter it in there to 0 again, 0, and make that level 1 and apply. Back into ground level, and wall, structural, everything should be as it should be, the same. Pick the line and pick that wall again. So wall and structural, and pick that particular wall again. That's it. Okay, I'm going to have to slow down and stop rushing now. So I'm going to go back into my 3D view, pick that wall again, 0, and up to level 1, and apply, and it's gone into there again. Okay, so I've got my walls in there. As I say, this shouldn't be happening in a sense, but it's just a glitch in the system somewhere. So again, I'm going to go for wall and structural. Everything should be the same. Pick that and pick that wall again, and I'm going to be trying to zoom into it and be careful as I can. Again, how I pick this particular wall. This is becoming a bit of a nightmare, but we will continue. Anyway, so go into there, pick that particular wall, across there, 3D view, pick the wall and 0 and up to level 1 and apply, and we've got our wall inside again. Now, so I've got one more wall to do, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to pick on wall and structural again, go into ground level. I've just got one more wall to do, so I'm going to again wall and structural, pick LAN and pick that one there again, pick on the warning sign and go to my 3D view, pick on the sign again, 8000 should be 0 and up to level 1 and apply. That are the walls that I've got finished in there now. I've left that particular wall there clear because I want to put something else in there. Okay, but I'm going to go back to my ground level and I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to now see what happens with the next piece, with the next wall. Okay, right. So the wall that I want to put into there is an exterior glazing wall. Now we've got all the walls in there to sort that problem out there. Now I think that if I go into there now and go for wall and structural again, well, it's obviously not going to be the same wall that I'm going to use in that particular area there. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to scroll down to exterior glazing. If I tick on exterior glazing and come into there, now obviously because it's a curve, what I have to do is pick the curve tool itself. Okay, so I pick on that one there, and if you notice in there it's still misbehaving, it's still sitting there at ground level with minus 8000. So I'm going to pick on that end there and I'm going to pick on that end there, and then it's going to let me go to there. Okay, so as I say, I'm going to come out of there and press escape now, and I'm going to go to my 3D view. If you notice, we've got that particular one there, and again that is not in any way, shape or form right. It may well be on yours working fine, it may well be just a glitch in my system. I'll have to check on that and see where I can, if it is. But anyway, I'm going to change that again to 0 and I'm going to put that into up to level 1 and click apply, and that's what I wanted in the first place from there. Okay, that's the type of thing that I've been looking to get from the actual view itself. Again, I'm just going to rotate that around there to see and give me some sort of structural view of what I've got from there. I'm just going to manipulate that around and just have a look at the walls, and the walls seem to be fine. As I say, it just seems to be something that it could be possibly that I'm doing wrong or a glitch in the system. So moving on, I really do want to see if I can get this. What I want to do now is to put some structural columns in here to give some support to the balcony across there. So what I'm going to do is I can go into, clearly I want them to go to the raft foundations, but the reason I want to put them in at level 1 is because it's clearer, and I can and I'll explain this now. Because I've got in there and I've got my grid references, I can use those as, if you like, reference point for me to put my structural supports in. So if I go up to there, I'm going to structure and go to columns. Now the universal column in there, which I'm going to use, if I just click on that one there, click on it, and now I'm going to sit that on the grid lines to there, and that's that one there, and then I'm going to put that one there. Okay, and then as I say, I've got my 2 structural columns in. I'm going to select them again, alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hide that particular element across there. I'm not, because that didn't work either. So I'm going to come back and reset temporary. I want to see if I can pick those two grids that I've picked in there. What I'm going to do is, because I should have picked them earlier on and should have picked them in a different way, I'm going to go to 3D view. Now I can pick those two and press SA and select all. Well, what I want to do is flip them, in a sense. If I press the space bar, if you notice now, they've flipped and they've moved about, and that's what I want them to do. Okay, so that's where I finished them there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to level 1 because they've been flipped. Fine. Now I zoom into them and you can see that they have actually been flipped about. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go back into my 3D view. I'm going to select, or they're both selected there, both my structural columns. What I want to do is change them, because I don't want them at that particular level. So the base level I want to change, and I want to change that to raft foundation, and then the top offset I'm going to change that and take that up to level 3. If I click apply, that should then move both my columns up to level 3, which is fine, which is exactly what I particularly want on that particular. So far is what I've got. So far is I've got my columns in there now. So what I need to do now is put some pads on them, some structural pads or some foundation footings on the actual columns themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my raft foundation level, and clearly I can see the two columns there now that I can see into that position there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a structure and I'm going to isolated foundations. Now on yours you won't get this because it'll already be loaded in, but on this one, because I'm doing this at home, I have to click yes so I can load in my structural footings. If I go down to structural columns and structural foundations, click onto there, and all I'm going to pick is a rectangular square footing. If I click open, what it'll do, it'll give me the different sizes that are available to me. But as I say, because you're at college and I'm at home, yours will be already be loaded. Now I'm just going to pick on the second one down, 1500 by 1500, and click OK. It gives me my footings there. A couple of ways I can do it. I can pick each individual column, which is a simple way of doing it. But what I want to do is just show you this tool. So it's go up to the top and pick at column. What I'm going to do is just highlight both the columns, and as you can see, it puts the footing at each one for myself. So I click finish, and that is where my actual footings are again. And again, press escape twice to come out of that command. And as you can see on the raft foundation, I've got my footings at the finish of the structural columns. Okay, what I'm going to do is take that back to my 3D view, and that'll give you an idea of what we're looking at from there, which is pretty good at the moment. We're moving along, and we've got our 3 levels in, we've got our structural columns in, we've got our balconies that we're going to make as we go along. The next sort of task that I want to be looking at doing is these walls here. I want to be taking them up to the level 3. So if I just pick on that particular wall there and then type in SA, it should select all those walls except for the exterior glass wall, which is what I want. So we're going from ground level, which is fine. Now then, what I want to do is click on there and take them up to level 3. If I click apply, and hopefully this time they'll work reasonably well, which they have done there. Now then, so click on there, press escape, and that's what I've got. So again, just pressing the shift key down and just rotating it just to check the walls, and they all look fine from there, which it's starting now to look like some sort of a building. So the next wall that I really want to alter is, as I say, my exterior wall, glass exterior glazing wall. So again, click on that particular wall, ground level is fine, top constraint, I want to make it up to level 3 and click apply. And as you can see now, we've got our glass front in the actual building itself, which is starting to look something like the type of thing that we want to do. What I'm going to do is, as we carry on, I'm going to try and just go back into my drawing and just to see where, I don't know whether it, as I say, whether I've gone wrong with the walls, or whether, you know, something else has gone wrong with a glitch in the system. But I'll try and solve that, and then I'll get back to you on that situation with that one. So what I want to do next possibly is to start looking at putting some doors in, so that it makes it again to look more like particularly right. So what I want to particularly start looking at doing now is to start and put some doors in the actual building itself, to make it look, make it looking more and more like a building. So again, using the shift key, what I like, my personal view is that I like to just rotate my model so that I can see it at certain angles, because I'm going to put the doors in that particular area there. If I rotate that round so that I can see them more clearly. Now then, so what I'm going to do is just go to the architectural tab, click on our doors, and I'm going to click save for this time, because I've done quite a little bit of work on that now, so I don't want to lose it. Now I don't want to put double doors in or anything like that, so I've got some more doors in there. Now again, I'm at home, so I can go into my family and load family and pick some more doors. Unfortunately you can't at the moment. I'll try and see if I can load this onto my memory stick and bring it to the college tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to load and to load family. Now again, it gives me this possibility here of doors, so I'm going to click on doors and open them, and I'm going to go for external doors because they're on the outside of the actual building itself. And all I'm going to do is just to quickly scroll through these, just to give you an idea of the type of doors that you can access to. That's probably a bit naughty really, because I suppose I'm teasing really, but I just want to try and pick a different door. I suppose I could go for that glass door there, so I'm going to go for the glass door anyway. So if I click open and click into there, now it's remembered where I am, it's remembered the type of door that I've got, and it's hanging on to it in there because I've got the same roof fixture there. Now what I want to do is put it there. I don't want to put it into the foundation level there, so that's why I particularly put it at that view. So I'm going to move it up to there, and I'm going to position it so. Now I could quite easily just put my doors in like that. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is make sure that they're perfectly aligned with each other as I go along. So I'm going to press escape and come out of there. Now again, just something that I can just want to show you there now. If I click on that door and I think to myself, well, I don't want the handle at that side. If I just click on that door and press my space bar, I can move it to this side. Press it again and I can move it back to the side where I originally had it on from there. That's just a different way of altering the doors if you don't particularly like where they are. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick on that door there, I'm going to go into my clipboard and attach it to my clipboard. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to paste align, and I'm going to align it, and I'm going to put it on level 2 and 3. So if I pick on level 2 and level 3 and click OK. Right, so I've missed an actual door out of there now, so I've put it somewhere where I shouldn't have done. So I'm going to delete that off there now, and I'm going to go back, I'm going to select the door, and I'm going to go to clipboard, most probably still on there, and I'm going to go to paste align, and I'm going to go for level 1 and level 2 and click OK. That's better, that makes more sense. I think I had the other one in space somewhere. But as you can see now, I know that those 3 doors are perfectly aligned, and it starts to just look a little bit like a building now with the actual doors into the actual building itself. So I'll zoom it in and bring it into the drawing area from that particular part there. So again, we're starting to look a little bit more like a building now, which is great. Right, the next sort of task I want to try and do is just to try and make it look a little bit more like, as I say, a building that we can use with balconies, because we've got 1, 2, 3 balconies and we can only use those 2 balconies. So in a sense I want to try and make that. So if I come out with that command, if I pick that particular wall, what I'm going to do is I want to take that particular wall and I want to move it up to roof level. Pick that one up there, so I've got that coming out of there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is as well, I'm going to pick that wall as well and take that up to roof level. I know it looks a bit strange at the now, but as we go through, it will make a difference. So I'm going to pick that door again, and I'm going to put that onto clipboard, and I'm going to paste align that, and I'm going to paste align that to level 3. I think, yeah, that's right. So we've got level 3 there. As I say, our walls have gone up to the roof level, and that's where I want them to be. So the next type of thing that I want to do is I want to put a wall in there, something in there, so that I can then change that and make a difference to what of what that particular view of that wall is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, so what I'm going to particularly do now, I'm going to cut a wall into there now, just to give you a demonstration of the different wall types that you can put into place. So where I'm going to go is now, I'm going to go to the roof level and see if it's got my wall across there, like so. So I'm going to go to wall and I'm going to go to structural again. If you notice now, I've got it onto there, and I've got curtain wall, exterior wall, and I'm going to pick on storefront. I know it's not a storefront, and I know it may well be different, but we'll just have a look and see, you know, what it looks like. So I'm going to bring it into there, and I'm going to pick the centre of that wall, and I'm going to take it just some sort of length. I'm going to try and make it around 10,000 or 10 meters. I'm going to take it to 10 meters and click there. Now highlighted walls overlap, one of them may be ignored when relieving from there. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that particular fault. If I'm going to click OK, so I'm going to go to my 3D view. So it's saying that the wall is there. Now then, I clearly don't want that particular wall in there. So I've got to alter that. So I'm going to go into there. The roof level is fine. What I want to particularly do is take that up to level 3, which will give them a constraint, and sorry, if I take that into there and I want it to be unconnected in there, and I want that to be something like 2,300, and apply. And it's moved it to there. I don't particularly want it there, but I want to try and just see if I can do this, and then I can move it and just copy it about. And I don't think that will particularly work, so I'm just going to say it won't, because I've got that there. So I want to pick on that, and I want to delete that, and I want to try again with that particular wall. Right, so let's just try that one, a particular one again. So what I want to do is go into my roof in the project browser. I'm going to double click on roof level, just checking that I'm in there now. That's fine, so I'm in that particular one, and that's the wall I want there now. So I'm going to go for wall structural again, and I'm going to go for a storefront. See, as I say, it's remembered where I want to be. So there's some things in here I've got to change again. See, it's not in any way, shape or form behaving itself at all. So roof level's fine. Offset, I want to be 0 again into there. Now this particular one here, I want to make it unconnected into there. So now what I want to do is go for 2,300. I think what I might need to do, if I'm going to go into there again, I want to pick the centre and pick it somewhere there, come across and go to 10,000 across there. Okay, so I'll bring that in. Now it hasn't shown me that there's a problem. I'm going to go to 3D view, that's why, and that's what I particularly wanted last time. So I'm going to pick that wall there. Okay, so I'm going to make that something like 2,000. So if I go into there again, 2,300 and apply. And again, it's coming to there and it's not gone where I want it to go. Why has it not gone into where I want it to go? So again, I'm going to have to just resume. Right, so clearly that's not what I'm looking for. So, and I think I've just looked at the way that I've got the levels in there. So I want that now to be level 3. If I click apply, now it'll tell me that's what I'm looking for, strangely enough. Highlighted walls overlap and maybe ignore. If I click OK, see how it's sat it inside that wall now. It may seem a strange thing to do, but that's where I want that particular wall to be. And as I say, I can still highlight it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that wall away. So if I now go into modify, and then if I go to cut wall, which is that one there, cut geometry. Okay, so what I need to do first of all is pick that, pick the wall that I'm going to cut it from. Okay, and then if I pick that wall again, if you notice now it's cut it into there. So that's what I wanted it to do from the first place now. So what I need to do now is copy that down to each one of those walls so that I can then cut that and put it into place. So what I'm going to do with this particular wall here is I am going to come out with a command and I'm going to highlight that wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it down to those 3 levels there. So I want to put it onto my clipboard. Then I'm going to go to paste a line and a line there. Now I know it's on the level 3. So what I want to do is to go to level 1, 2 and 3. Sorry, if I just cancel that from there, I'm pretty sure it wants to be ground level 1 and 2 and click OK. Now it's saying to me there, which it's what I really want it to say, because we're going to fix that shortly, but it's saying to me, don't like the fact that we've got walls within 3-dimensional walls. So if I click cancel that off, and now we're going to fix that. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to go into the modify and I'm going to go for cut. I'm going to pick that particular wall again, and now I'm going to pick again, cut the wall. I'm going to try and do it, but I'm just going to have to just manipulate it so I can see it just that little bit better. So I'm going to pick that wall, and if you can carefully pick that particular wall again. Okay, so I'm going to go back into cut, pick that wall and carefully go back in until it highlights that particular wall. If you can see me just moving my mouse from left to right and just picking that wall, as you can see it clearly cuts that particular wall away. So I'm going to click again on cut, and I'm going to pick the wall that I'm going to cut from, try and pick the actual wall that I've got, and that's where I've got that particular finished in there now. So, and I think we're starting to see, some sort of building with different views and different ways that we can start to. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to save this off, and then we'll have a look at this in a later date when we keep going further through, and we can use this as a project base that we can all work to together.